There are conversations that shape how we live, conversations that help us navigate challenges of life, conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
Welcome back to Benjamin Zulu Global Show. My name is Sylvia Kiremi. We are going to have an amazing conversation here, and I believe you're seated and ready to take notes because Benjamin Zulu has it for us. And today we're looking at what your relationship says about you. I believe we are ready to unearth the feelings and things that are deep in our hearts and minds, because connections and interactions, they really determine who we are. So today's topic is what our relationship says about us.
Yes.
Yes.
And particularly your relationship's life. Mm-hmm. One lady said she turned down a good guy because she realized for the last 1 year or 2 years, for a long time, he had not been in any relationship. And she thought it's abnormal. But he must have a problem. That quality girls are not after him. He's not going out with any quality girls. I'm afraid. Mm-hmm. And then she was asked, do you have someone else? As you come to this, as you meet this guy.
Yeah.
I'm seeing other guys and I'm going, I've not been so long without a relationship. The longest I've ever been is 10 days. It has become so common for people to hop from one relationship to another one.
Yes.
And to think that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pity when you see somebody coming to midlife and all they have is a string of intimate relationships. Many relationships are not, you wouldn't even use that word. If you just met, have coffee, talk, realize it's not flowing, and you move on. You can't even call that an ex. Yeah. So when people say that's my ex, they usually say they crossed the wrong boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
That ex is a real ex.
Yes.
It's really...
yeah. It's a real ex.
It's a real ex.
Mm-hmm.
People went all the way to X zone. Yeah. People really went out. People really crossed boundaries.
Yeah.
It is very sad when people tell you my relationship never lasts, my relationship don't stay. People are coming from a place of thinking to prove that you are wife or husband material. You need to be in a relationship for a long time. Mm-hmm. To show that you are a keeper.
Yeah.
You're loyal. To show that you can be with one person. Sylvia, we have not been taught that being with ourselves is the first relationship. Mm-hmm. The most powerful relationship is one with yourself.
Yeah.
Many people can't sit with themselves because it is painful. Many people can't sit with their past and the voice that goes on in their head. So, being so afraid of their demons, they marry another one who's also afraid of their demons. And so they marry and the relationship looks like it needs exorcism. People come together, even if it's not marriage, it's explosive. Explosive.
Yeah.
I can't wait to start live couple sessions for people to see that the identity you create called marriage is only as healthy as the two, each of you. Mm-hmm. It cannot be any better.
Yeah.
That thing you call our marriage or relationship, it cannot be whole if you're bleeding, if he is bleeding. Mm-hmm. When you are attacking, when you are afraid, when you are self-sabotage is so common and nobody talks about it. Some people cannot allow true love to happen to them.
Yeah.
We are talking like this because people define themselves by how many relationships they've been in. I've been shocked how people say, I've only been in one relationship, and they want you to congratulate them for 10 years, 12 years.
Uh-huh.
They want you to acknowledge them. That be only one guy, for 12 years. They want you to understand they're a keeper. And seated there with insight. Sometimes insight is a tormenting thing because you see what people can see and you suffer alone. Yeah. With insight, you see. So you just wasted the only period you had to be with yourself. Mm-hmm. To design life.
Yeah.
To heal from your past. to learn, to face existence, draw a path to life, network freely, meet many men, many women, design a career, build yourself to be a husband, a wife, and then marry another prepared wife or husband. And you think for being with someone from 20 to 32, a child in between, many years in between, now you're lost in the world, you think at least you are loyal?
Yeah. Yes, that's what most people will think.
You must be loyal to yourself. You must be loyal to life. You must be loyal to your calling. And I told you sometimes people become more powerful in your life than God himself. You give them so much priority and emotions and mental strength and the strength of your youth. Imagine pouring the strength of your youth, all of it, to this thing you're calling relationship. It becomes an idol, a huge thing.
Yeah.
Becomes a looming. When some relationships don't work because we are replacing our faith with them, we are replacing our destiny with them,
True.
we are replacing our purpose with them.
Yeah.
They just can't work. They really are an idol that we must maintain. It becomes the everything. You cut out friends, cut out career opportunities, cut out scholarships, cut out. You don't even apply green card. You don't even know wage or internship.
You don't even apply a green card.
You don't even know that.
Yes. And you have to consult him.
With the time you acquiesce to what that person likes, you come down to that level. And with the time you start thinking that becomes your idol now. Everything.
You know, I remember there's a time I was telling a certain lady to apply for the green card.
Yes.
And she told me the husband would not like her to travel. He's ever given her an ultimatum that she chooses. If he gets it, to travel or stay with him.
And green card may be extreme. We're just using it as an example. But you
Yes.
have freedom
Yes.
to explore life. I have no respect at all. I don't understand how I can forego just meeting life
Yeah.
to stay closed in a room somewhere with a girl. It's enticing. It has a lot of temptation. But when you are mindful of other things you would like to do in life, it is nothing. You say, let me secure the ticket to life.
Yeah.
The ticket, okay? Let me get the license
Yes.
to go far. And then I can find another who's also going far. We can go far together.
Yeah.
If you're not thinking of marrying and journey of life as you're getting to marriage, that's when you will sell yourself short. The discussion of what relationships say about your life. I want you to know the marriage will usually resemble your mindset. The relationship life, your love life will resemble how you think. You will allow in your life what is already normal in your mind.
Yeah.
What is intolerable in your mind will not be tolerable in your life. Relationships and love are in particularly reflective of your mind because they are voluntary. They're not compulsory. You don't have to do it. So generally people date according to how they see themselves because it's not mandatory. The law does not force you. So many people tend to draw it according to what is going on in their minds. And we don't know that self-esteem has a lot to do with how we date. We don't know that confidence, self-respect, self-love. We don't know that. In fact, if you want society to stare at you as if you're talking Greek, pick the language that starts with the self. They don't know it. People are foreign to self. They're foreign. They only know selfish.
And self-love is alien.
It's such a foreign concept. People don't register anything. In fact, your local language uses the same term for self-love and selfishness. Kujipenda.
And kujipenda. Yes.
You're wondering, how do you develop such opposite concepts?
Kujipenda is being selfish and kujipenda is also loving yourself.
So, where are we?
We don't know. Literally, yeah.
What you need most in society And one linguist says, when I don't have vocabulary for something, I don't think about it because I don't have a concept for it. So my vocabulary is my world. The African vocabulary has no self-care. The African vocabulary has no self-esteem, self-love, confidence, nothing. Nothing. Everything was communal. It was to go with the flow. Just understand that what you're describing today is a DNA of how you live. And the one sign that you are lost is when your relationship life is always explosive. You get into one bad thing, or you get into one thing that is a slaughterhouse. You're just being killed slowly. This girl said, I grew up without parents. My grandparents took care of me, and I went to college, got married while in college. I'm being beaten every day. This guy can't allow me to work. I'm suffocated. 6 years now. I'm 26. And I'm just wondering, why are you so antagonistic to peace? You set your feet in college, and instead of saying, finally, I have the freedom to escape, you just took a U-turn
and went back
to marriage.
Yes.
Sylvia, you can put life and death. Deuteronomy 30 that today I put before you life and death, good and evil. I advise you to choose life that you may live. God is still doing the same. You can watch and see, putting life and death before people. And they choose death. You would think when you have gone through a lot of pain, dependency, being helped by well-wishers, you would think your first craving is what? Freedom.
Yeah.
You think the first craving is to get small money, buy a mattress, get myself in some house, and sleep.
And I don't know why it is that those people, you feel that finally that person is able to get out of that home. They mess up so fast.
They turn around.
Yeah, they turn around.
And go back. They create another thing the same.
Exactly, so fast. And it's so disappointing.
One lady dropped in college like that because of boyfriend they conceived, and then they got a child who has a special needs. Well, that's one of the most heart-wrenching cases I've ever dealt with. The man is not as caring because she was not choosing a man because of character. It was just stupidity, foolishness, feelings. Now she's the one always doing trips to hospitals, barely having the money, barely having enough food. From university. When you had a chance to build a life and go away, it's mind-boggling. To this day, I'm unable to crack it.
True.
I put before you life and death. And some of these people, their own parents struggled like that. Didn't you shiver when you see that kind of struggle? As I told you, some of us are not any special. We just knew we can't afford. You know, some things you can't afford them.
Yeah.
You can't afford that. It's a disaster. But many people don't like to sit and think. As I told you, to sit and think is very hard. It's very hard. Some people rather dig in the sun the whole day than to sit and think. To sit and look at life, add 1 and 1, and arrive at therefore. Put this together with that. It's very difficult. Many people don't want to think because thinking requires you to take responsibility.
Yeah.
To relinquish victim status. It requires you to stop blaming anybody. To take over control of your life. So, what you're saying, what relationships say about you, I want to give you the first one so that you can see how it correlates. And number 1 is, if you are dating to avoid being alone, it means you are a refugee in your own life. You are running away from your pain, from your past, from your insecurities, from your discomfort, from your fears. Everybody has a share of them, but it's how we treat them, what we intend to do with them. If dating is an asylum for you to flee the pain of solitude, it means you are on the run from your own life and there's no rest. There's no peace for the wicked. They're always tossing up and down like a sea, like a troubled sea. When you are on the run from your own life and you need somebody to soothe you, a relationship, somebody to tell you I love you, because you can't tell yourself you love yourself. If you need somebody to tell you that you're likable because you can't tell yourself you're likable, somebody to tell you that you're handsome, beautiful because you can't tell yourself that. Some people you see, they grow very big in society when they have very yawning weaknesses. They can't dress themselves up. They can't make themselves happy. They can't even think independently. They're always dependent on somebody who's very abusive. They are too attached to somebody who doesn't like them. They can't see that people don't like them. They have so many blind spots, and yet they're successful in business maybe.
Yeah.
You wonder, how did you come this far not being so aware of such basic things? They transferred the need to that relationship. When that relationship dies, they are lost in space. I want you to know that the relationship, the reason you get into a relationship, if it has to do with I can't stay alone, is too uncomfortable. Your relationships will only become a reinforcement of how unable you are to face life by yourself. The biggest assignment for everybody is to stand to life and chart a path without influence. Without your parents, your boss, your whoever, what life would you like to live? Where would you like to spend your time? Where would you like to take your career? Which direction? What kind of friends would you like to keep? What would you like to see in your life happening? What kind of days? How should your days look like? The energetic choice and the pathway to I want left, right is so personal, Sylvia. Nobody else can put it to you. Many people never make that choice. Now, egg, larva, pupa, maggot, the cycle of insects.
Yeah.
Many people have a cycle that looks like insects. They are at egg level when they are under 18 under parents. When they're at the pupa, when they are not yet hatched, between 18 to 24, that's when they ruin their life. By the time they get to maggot adult, there is no life, just managing the mess.
Yeah.
Observe around.
Yes.
You see people completely ruin their lives before they reach adulthood. By the time they reach adulthood, it's free fall. Free for all, free fall. they have nothing value remaining.
Yes.
And you wonder, it's so early to be so resigned. One person, I hope you know that people are hurrying you to get children when you're young so that they can change your titles.
Oh.
Yes, people just want to change your titles. When you are single and in one piece, you're a spinster, you're a young lady, you're beautiful, you're in one piece.
Yeah.
You have no baggage. You're too threatening. You might achieve the three things.
Money, happiness, and love.
Yes. You might go after those coveted
Yes.
goals of life. So, people even shame you, prove that you're beautiful. Get a child, you say that your beauty will survive. I hear that's the nonsense they're telling young women nowadays.
Hey.
Because once you get a child now, they can say, you're single.
Mother.
They just wanted to change your titles. People just wanted, just a baby mama. People wanted to change your titles to something derogatory.
Oh no.
I hope you know that. So that you don't think they love you. People, they started by reducing sex to casual things like smashing. So that there's nothing sacred about you.
Yeah.
There's nothing special. You don't have a soul. You're just a box. Now, after they get you, and we're not saying those who have children should be treated this, it's not right at all. I'm just watching the pattern. I'm wondering, why are we not calling it out? You may be around you, and one time there's an outbreak of girls getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, it's the thing. And so you don't see the larger picture. And you can be tempted to join in. As I told you, those who don't live for any higher thing may never conceptualize these things. Yeah. But those who, if you have a journey to go, you want to establish family, you would like to have a sober family, build yourself a home, careful now. The incident where a woman was being stabbed many times and fingers were chopped off, she had a second child with a man who she's not even married to, and she has another one.
Wow.
He is married, he's coming here to cheat. And in Kisii, another guy shot the girlfriend and shot himself, and he was married, and this girlfriend is not married.
Mm-hmm.
This is an affair.
It's getting worse.
Even if you die, you should die for what they cause. Why die by cheating on married people? But I brought that up because I realized many women are shocked how society manages to manipulate them to a smaller position. Many women are only caught by surprise. Many men are caught by surprise. What society wanted to take away from you. The first sign is, if you get into a relationship because you can't endure, you cannot withstand being alone, you are making matters worse. Time is going, and one time you feel like you are running psychotic.
Yeah.
When people break up with you, it will not be just losing relationship, it will be like losing yourself because you can't even stand yourself. This was the only place you projected your discomfort and you felt you were able to face existence. Mm-hmm. Don't transfer to anybody the ability to give you oxygen for life, to give you the ability to face life. Mm-hmm. Maintain that ability within yourself.
Yeah.
The second sign, the second thing what relationships say about you is that when you date on top of wholeness and purpose and be in touch with yourself, now you're on course to a rich life. When you date on top of being conscious, being open to life, being ready to give, being ready to receive, being ready to pour into, to build up with another, to be true, to keep your word, being vulnerable, investing, talking honestly, keeping your word. If you are dating from that package of wholeness and readiness, your rich life is only a matter of time. Soon you'll be full of abundance in everything if you marry a person who's also like you. When you look for one like yourself, and not a girl you can babysit. That's what men used to do. They used to get a girl to raise.
Yeah.
Take this one, go raise. Don't become a parent to your wife. Mm-hmm. Get somebody who you can grow together. You're not raising them.
Yeah.
You can say, I'll take her to college. Where will you be when she's in college? You'll also be moving. So you'll always be very far ahead. That's what men used to forget. There's no problem fathering your studies. Fathering is different than starting.
Yeah.
So they get somebody who's not going to college and they want to take them to college and they themselves, they're already, ahead.
Yeah.
Get people you are together so that you grow together. If you get somebody who you have to patch them up, while you're patching them up, where are you? Time is moving. You will never be at the same level because there's no point you will stop to wait for them, will you? We tend to forget that.
Yeah.
You will always remain that, and the more you invest in them, the more the parent-child dynamic strengthens.
Yes.
Because they're not investing back. Real partners is an exchange. Mm-hmm. Parent is not an exchange with a child. It's giving. It's giving. It's giving. So you give this person, you build them, and you know you're making them. They know they owe you everything. Yeah. We say when you're coming to relationships, when you're intentionally healing, intentionally evolving, intentionally growing, intentionally giving into, pouring into that person. In fact, your dating questions become, is this the person I can improve and take them to better heights? Is this a person I can grow? But society today normalizes when my husband does not allow me to work. My wife will sabotage our dreams. Yeah. We can't save money. She will come up with ways to spend it. Mm-hmm. She can't bring her own contribution to the family. I'm lifting the weight by myself. Yeah. Even keeping secret until our dreams mature. It's very hard. That's a very hard thing.
Yeah.
It's a very hard thing for you to start something with your husband and you're not talking about it. You plant some watermelons in some place to see how it will fare. And you don't have to keep telling people about it. To keep quiet until watermelons mature.
Yes.
That you have a watermelon farm somewhere.
Yes.
It's a very hard job. To start a small chicken farm, a chicken project, to start saving for a small car. Those small projects, those ones, that you can keep quiet, the two of you, to the end, is very hard. Because when people start telling out there and saying, don't tell my wife, don't tell my husband, they know you are not you are divided. They know they can come in between. And one way to allow outsiders to come and ruin your life is to start confiding in them about your partner.
Yeah.
They know you have a weakness. You have a flaw they can exploit. So if you're coming to relationships when you're intentionally healed, intentionally evolving, intentionally yourself, the richness of your life is a matter of time. Yes.
Wow, that's an amazing conversation. When you are talking about the society not wanting you to get the money, the love, this freedom.
Yes.
Something came to my mind and I felt, let me pass this out. Probably we can have that as a conversation maybe next time,
Yes.
or maybe you have something to say about it. I've realized that most girls who have messed up
Yes.
don't even realize that, okay, this mess has happened and now I can live with it, but work on making my life better. Because I've realized some girls work with this cliche of, let me get another child so I can raise them together. I had a conversation with a girl who is actually expectant right now, and I felt like my heart was stabbed because she could not get what I was saying. And in that conversation, when I was saying, no, you don't do that. The first one you were not ready, because I think she's 20 or 21 or something. The first one you were not ready, you just raise that one, okay? You don't have to get another child. This cliche, you don't have to get another child to raise them together. And someone in that conversation told me, you know what, Sil, you're seeing all these things because now you're older. And I was like, yeah, I am. Actually, he said, you're old, now you understand these things. And we tried to talk to this girl and she couldn't get it. She was like, no, my auntie, my friends, they're telling me raising them together is easier. Then I forget about it and go back to school. And I thought about Benjamin hearing this. He would burst out.
It is very painful when you see what they can't see.
Yeah.
And getting a child means coming together with a person you have no future with. And it means creating a child into a void.
Yeah.
A void. Lacking one parent. That nutritional deficit of the love of the other parent is a problem the child will have to deal with. And also being born to a person who is so blindsided. It's also a liability. Just to say that sometimes, as I told you, people are being brainwashed to ruin their lives.
Yes.
That girl you argued for so long because she couldn't quote authorities. She couldn't say this book I'm reading, this podcast I'm following.
The society.
Yes. She could not tell you anything meaningful. Now, what will happen? After a while, she will realize she has already been degraded. Before they are women, these girls become mothers. Now, which category do you put her? She already has 2 children. It's like she has an ongoing family. She's very young.
Yeah.
People with children are usually somewhere midlife. She's not even anywhere. They are lost in space. These are girls who are telling you, I'm divorced or I have children and I'm 24, I'm 26, I'm 27.
Yeah.
Where do you put that person? Who do they date now? So you find them dating midlifers who are looking for a person with children. But she's very young. She's not yet midlife.
Yeah.
She'll be caught between 2 spaces. And her years will pass. When you are off step with your generation.
Exactly.
Just off step.
Yeah.
You look like a misfit.
Trying to fit in. Yeah.
It's very hard. When David had served God in his generation, he rested with his fathers. You serve God in the context of your age mates. So make sure you don't go extremes. There's a generation we cross together. There's a way generations go together.
Yeah.
We just say, be mindful that you're getting to these relationships from a place of wholeness. Don't make permanent decisions like getting children when you have not prepared your life, when you have not reconciled with where you are taking your life. Yes.
Wow, that is so amazing, guys. Please read this amazing book that is Dreams Before Dating, a critical guide for every pre-25, and you can't afford to make these mistakes because wow, life ahead is tough. Now, Benjamin Zulu has written several books. With me here, I have 8 books. We have the dating package, the healing package, and the self-development package. Please grab a package that suits your needs. That's what we had for you. Bye-bye.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin